You're in the middle of a high stakes project. Your deadline, well, it was yesterday. Your so-called state-of-the-art GUI based bundlers decides to freeze mid-task. Sound familiar? Yeah, I've been there too. And that's what I realized. There had to be a better way. Enter Pump Fun Bundler Affinity scripts. No flashy graphics, no spinning wheels or doom, just pure, unfiltered command line power. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, oh well, another CLI tool, let me stop you right there. This isn't just a tool, it's a revolution. And today, I'm going to show you why ditching the GUI is the smartest move you'll ever make. This is good for the guys that are pretty much advanced guys. I'm not talking about the beginners, not the normies. Let's start with speed.
Okay, so the first launch was actually good.
Oh yeah?
Let me send. Yeah, I sent it in the private message.
Okay. Oh, you sent the private message then? Let's see what you got here. If I go to, for example, private here, and then I can actually look at this, and it says, for example, private swap on the bottom there uses multiple sources to protect transaction privacy, making it untraceable. Typically takes about 30 minutes for added security. So this is like just from the very starting process of you wanting to get these wallets seasoned, right? It'd be highly recommendable to start in this way, because last thing you want to do is cover your steps. There's literally people in this PvP game tracing mempools coming from exchanges alone, and then that's the one way to follow it. But I'm not saying this is what happened to you, but this is just another extra layer of security that you can do to be able to protect yourself. Metas and different projects, I mean, like I have people that I speak to daily that are doing actually like real legitimate projects. For example, one guy that I talked to has been working on something for 7 months now. He's not a rugger, he stands by that. Some guys I talk to will even come and go in the first 45 seconds. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they do. So there's no really wrong or right way, I guess, so to speak, but when it comes down to specifically just profit, it just comes down to basically two things, right? One is, if you are in the mind state of wallets need to be quote unquote seasoned, and then you're essentially doing the best way possible with all these different tactics to be able to have these wallets enabled to be used in a contract, because there's nothing better if someone, and theoretically this is what they're looking for, like for example, someone like a celebrity of some sorts, when they tweet, they have this thing when it comes to natural organic traffic flow that is unparalleled to these new robots wallets come in, that it just sends off tremendous amount of volume and more FOMO buys, to the point where, let's say someone who has let's say 200,000 followers on Twitter, even only 2% might have only bought the CA, because that 2% is literally with different wallets, different trading history, different season, and copy traders. It's gets to a point where it's astronomical P&Ls,
Great, awesome. Excited to the session.
Absolutely. Now let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys already do see the course already, or are we just doing an hour just trying to figure out who or how or when?
Yeah. We watched the full course and made a lot of extra notes. Yeah.
All right. Perfect. All right. So what I'm gonna do is now on. I guess you guys want to share. I'm gonna share my screen here.
Sure.
Bam. And then what I'm gonna do is go to my VPS. Now, speaking of VPS, do you guys already have that already? Kind of walk me through where you're at right now. Have you deployed anything? Have you got RPS or VPS? What's up? The 8 to 10 hours of simply building the chart. You got to remember, in those 5 minutes, that's why we have human buy, because you're literally placing information to the data to be placed up and down, up and down. So that's why at the end of the day, it looks fine, because people know the dev wants to sell. They want to get in for a fake CTO. So it looks like it's supposed to, or else where was the dev to begin with?
Yeah, and also question. So like with what delay we should sell. So we just buy, we create a contract, and then we sell like immediately, or we wait for someone like
Yeah, I particularly, what I do is I sell immediately as soon as that contract is developed, because again, we're trying to kill bots that are basically sniping directly into the contract. We're not like, you know, it's like, you know, the guys came in with 1, 2, 3 sold because they thought this was about to be a play with like 40 walls coming in. Well, that's not that type of party.
Yeah, so we basically can just try to do all the stuff and repeat and try to improve, like try to go from 25 sold to 30, 40 sold in the first place. And just try to kill some, like just, you know, create the like new tokens over and over again, and just try to kill some snipers.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can just like kind of trying to move like from our 25 sold to 50 sold just by doing that. So is it gonna work, or?
That would you gotta still, at the end of the day, every situation is not perfect because the market will dictate the market. But the main thing is to keep yourself 80% profitable in this Vegas game and near the house, is that you bought from the floor on a smart position. You don't have to, you know, basically PvP with anybody coming in, because you're using them as entry liquidity for the volume purposes anyways. As long as you have that mind state, you're playing chess. You're not playing checkers. Proud of this thing, because at the end of the day, it gives the users the ability to be able to book my time in a way where it's, you know, they're able to read it at their own pace. I know when I was doing one-on-one specifically for 3 hours, it was like essentially all data just crammed up, and then especially unorganized. So I like the fact that I'm able to organize this for you guys as well. I give you guys free tools as well, so there's couple things that you're gonna enjoy that's just basically free on the house. But I really give a deep dive in this, to the point where some people on the YouTube are saying, hey, listen, man, you need to chill, you know, we need to use these guys as extra liquidity. And I'm just here to share. I don't care about light gating. I've lost a shitload of money when it comes to specifically meme coins, and so I have to be able to share with you my losses, because at the end of the day, I get offered all the time to be able to shill these sniper bots, and I know at the end of the day what they're looking for. And essentially what you need is a person to tell you exactly what you're doing wrong from the jump. Why are you being front ran right now? Why are you losing so much money on your deploys? Why is your memes not sending hard as they should be sending? What can you do to reverse psychological things? What can you do to be able to provide impulse buys so that way people can become diamond hand holders? How can you create seasoned wallets? How can you do things of that sort so that way it's natural and that way you're not spending so much money? How do you bump correctly? All these things are literally answered within my digital course. And so it's really simple, guys. I have essentially 10 different chapters, and there literally is 3 hours and 2 minutes of information, of just straight up hardcore specific information that is not anywhere to be found. You can't find this on Google. You can't find this anywhere besides a person who is really in the trenches like me and able to give you guys this clear as day. Now, how it works is simple. You need to definitely join, and from there you need to open a ticket, and from that point on, just literally say, hey, I need some one-on-one help. And what this comes with is not only a 3-hour course, but you get also a 1-hour live session with myself as well. So you could either take that academy either prior to our one-on-one live session or before, but either way, you're gonna get the education you need to be able to be the best deployer that Solana has ever seen. So I'm really bullish about this. Again, check this out, guys. Let's look at some of the criteria that this particular academy, again, yeah, I programmed from scratch. Yeah, no, I didn't find any third-party software. I did that shit home fucking made.
Dude, like that course, I was my big thing is you pay for anything, Kenny. You know how it is. You pay for anything. Sure. You're like, I want to get some sort of ROI from this, right?
Yeah.
But I watched I went through. I think I've been through it maybe twice now.
Really?
Yeah, it was really good. The fact
Thank
that you
you.
were doing it with someone else and that
Yeah.
other person kind of represents me in that, because he's asking questions I would ask.
Right.
It was really informative just from watching that, like going through that course. I learned, you know, much more than I watched from looking at the Dogwith tool
Awesome.
tutorial. Like the defensive, offensive setup, just to get you updated. So since then,
Yeah.
since like watching the course yesterday, I've started trying to season wallets.
Nice.
I've run like the defensive safe mode play, made some, you know, like it's not really about making money, it's just about looking profitable. So I'm trying to get my wallets looking profitable. They're only a couple days old. Although I realized today, because I've been like trading and stuff for the last 4 weeks, I've actually got a bunch of other wallets that I've been using for just normal trading. And I was like, well, actually, maybe I can bring those in to the bundler, season those a bit.
Nice.
Because they've got a bit more age to it, and then maybe I can get off the ground up and running a bit quicker. So I've done that in safe mode. I did try your sort of pumping volume on like an old dead contract today. And that kind of worked. I didn't do any like serious size. I was working with small amounts, but that worked for the purpose of, I just wanted to see if I could get in and out and create the task. So I created the task for cleaning, created, you know, which is the buy, the gen volume buy, did the sell all task, and both tasks worked. So yeah, like, and all of this just from watching your Academy video, and then also from watching your Academy video. When you went into the matrix, and the shit that blew my mind was when you explained, because I'm in call groups, right? But like basic call groups, like you said on the call, where these guys are sending calls, and again,
yeah,
you know, I'm pretty sure these guys are just farming. Like if they send 10 calls, I'm pretty sure 8 calls are like farming calls, and like maybe 2 are like, you know, legit, which is fine. You know, the game's the game, right? Like it's PvP.
Yeah.
So, but when you broke down that there's like these calls which are free, and then there's another level where they break it down based on volume, then it's volume by age, and then you know, volume by age by fresh wallets. And so when you broke that down, I was like, okay, I'm understanding now.
They monetize in time.
Yeah. And then you made it clear that obviously a fear for, I guess, anyone coming into this, and myself included, is cool, I've got like some capital to put forward to this, but you're like, capital is capital, this is crypto, like, can I put, you know, can I do a 10 soul buy, and like, yeah, I don't want to get fucking sniped and lose half, you know, lose half my capital. So, but you kind of, the way you explain things made me realize, okay, there's a way to do this where there's a minimal risk of losing your initial if you have the right speeds and the right connections and whatnot. So yeah,
a GUI, for its bells and whistles, is it's time sync. Every click, every drop down menu, every missed click, it all adds up. You know, with pump bundlers, you're not just clicking, you're commanding. Needing to bundle your assets, type a single line, hit enter, and it's done. Voila. It's fast. It feels like you're basically like hacking the matrix. And precision, it's next level. See, GUIs are designed to cater to the lowest common denominator. So you're at the mercy of whatever arbitrary or options the developer decided to give you, basically, guys. And honestly, you know, with Pump Fun, you define exactly what you want, really. Now, sometimes you need specific comprehension level to be completely fair with you, right? A unique bundling configuration, and boom, you're good to go every time. No comprehensions, no compromises, just simple. But I kind of want to talk about the real game changer here, right? The real game changer. With this Pump Fun bundler, you know, you're not just like bundling, you're scripting workflows. Now, say you got, like, for example, 10 different projects, each with its own asset groups, configurations, and quirks. You write one script and it handles everything. The whole process is repeatable, scalable, and honestly, get this, it's really completely future-proof, to be completely frank with you. Now, compare that to, honestly, a GUI. Can you automate your GUI? Not really. Can you customize it to the level of the detail? One would have to disagree. You are essentially sometimes stuck babysitting in one project at a time and hoping it doesn't crash or halfway go through with pump fun, or you set it running. It's a lot of bullshit when it comes down to it, especially when it comes to the bugs and errors, like important things like the parts of innovating sometimes is missing in that department sometimes. And scalability, forget about it. The GUIs just can't keep up, and as the projects grow, GUIs choke. They slow down, they crash, they make you question your life choices. But with pump fun bundlers, like with Infinity Scripts, the only limits that you're really is your hardware, and your literally imagination. You can bundle massive enterprise level builds without even breaking a sweat. Simple as that. Multiple wallets in and out, period. Then there's the transparency, ever wonder what really happening behind the scenes with GUIs? Like, good luck figuring that out. Seriously. With the Pump Fun Infinity Scripts bundler, every step of the log, every error is literally right there in front of you. A lot of times people ask me about debugging, but it kind of becomes a breeze when it's really right in front of you and it's there for you to control. Not at the mercy of some type of black box interface, so to speak, right? Now, I get it, Command lines can be seen intimidating, and for someone who's never really used it, right, it might feel like a learning curve and a whole new language. But I mean, trust assured, like the Infinity Scripts bundlers specifically makes it easy. The command lines are intuitive, the documentation is top of the notch, and the community is thriving. Once you write your first scripts, you'll never have to really kind of wonder about looking back, because it just becomes kind of like almost after someone essentially driving a manual car for the first time. It's scary, but once you get the hang of it, you're good to go. Here's the big picture. This isn't just about one tool. It's about a shift in how we think about efficiency. See, GUIs are great for beginners. Again, great for beginners. But sure, as developers, we're met with beginners having simply decisions between volatileness, speed, and profitability. And we have tools that we can work as fast as we think. See, that's why the Infinity Bundler is essentially a no-brainer when it comes to that advanced core audience. And honestly, it's not about being anti-GUI. It's about being pro-efficiency. It's about getting things done without distractions. Without the crashes, without the nonsenses. So, if you're still using a GUI, if you feel like, you're more of a seasonal bundler and you've got yourself time to graduate, right? Then why are you spending some extra time clicking, around when you could be scripting? Why are you accepting crashes when you could have reliability? Why are you working harder when you could be working smarter? See, the Infinity Bundler is here to change the game, and it's been here for a minute. It's an OG in the space, to be completely frank with you. Let's not get it twisted. I guess the question is, at the end of the day, though, Are you ready to play it? I know I am. Let's go into what's really going on behind the scenes and let's see some profit.